And here we are with the new Lego Express passenger train. Just got it built. 60337. And this is the first time it's been on the tracks in the Lego City. So here it is all nice together. The first one of two. So yeah, just a quick go over the train. You got your engineer here with the single seat cab for the engineer. Got the lights here. Pretty much your hub, the power functions hub is underneath here. A little bit different where they added a green single tile there, and then you just hinged, push down to turn it on. Pretty simple build. You know, this is totally different from all the other train sets I've done. Matter of fact, I think I'll pick it up right quick. One of the cars. The new wheel bogies for Lego trains. For this one anyway. Not for sure on the cargo train, but they went with a. You can see they got a brick here. Let me see if I can turn this around here. So you got a brick, and you put your wheel bogies attached to that brick. You see that there. And then maybe I can pop this one off right quick. Let's see, do this one-handed. Okay, so you got your two wheel bogies, and then your brick here. Then inside there, you got a red. What is that? I can't think. It's 4:30 in the morning, but so yeah, you got another tile in here, or is it plate? And then another 1x2 here, this gray one. And then basically you got the magnetic connector here. So, and then the pin for the pin plate that actually attaches it to the bottom of the car. So even this here, there is two sections with a long single tile plate. Well, I can't think right now. Anyway, the main thing is that the wheels. If you notice, let's see if I can get this back out of here. They're no longer using the metal axles. All you have now is this sort of like a snub portion of an axle. See that there? And what that does is it fits into where these, what would be considered like an axle assembly, and they just rest that in there. And it's all plastic, no metal. They rode pretty good, and I think that allows more of a, I think at least anyway, it'd give you more of a better turn radius like this, you know, rather than, because the wheels almost like have independent suspension. There is give on that plastic axle, that little stub portion in there. Anyway, so they do that for the front and the back. And the other car is done the same way, as well as the engine. You got the, you know, your motorized wheel assembly there. And then in the front, it's just like what you see here, the plastic wheels without the axle. Axleless. There you go. Anyway, so got the train together. And I'm putting it on the track. I'm going to have it go around the first time so we can see it here. So anyone watching the video, you're going to see this train go around this Lego city for the very first time. All right, so got my remote here, transmitter. Let's turn the lights on. You know, I think the lights are a little bit different on this one, you know, because it's probably see those there. Let's see if I can get it. I mean, the way you have that blue brick there, that slope brick, it's not like where the other train sets where you have more of a single white round stud and it sits in behind there. So it's more, to me, it seems more focused with the older style. This is more spread out. And I mean, it looks different, but still it shows up as a light. So, okay, let's get her going. And here we go. That's at setting 1. I think it seems to move a little bit faster compared to other trains. I mean, it's just really different. Like this is 2. See it going around over there. And this is setting 3. If you can see it going way over there. And at setting 3, it's moving along at a good peg, you know. Here comes down the tracks now. But I think what I'm getting at here is you have, without having those metal axles where they're connected to the wheels across, it seems like you have less friction. You know, like when you're going in the turns, you have a lean, so more or less the wheels on the outside are going to be getting more traction. The wheels on the inside, less traction. But the point is that's what less friction is coming in, less drag, I guess, if you want to say it that way. Because generally it's about maybe setting 4 or 5 for the other trains to really get them moving along. So here's setting 4. It takes the curves really nice. I guess I kind of got to keep the camera pointing at the thing. But, so yeah, I mean, for it being, you know, just the first engine in 2 cars. Of course, with the other engine and another 2 cars, you're going to have one that's pulling and the other one that's pushing. So here it comes again. I mean, it looks good. That's a nice train for a passenger express train. It's definitely got a look, and I'm going to pull it up here next to the, just click it up another notch. Just don't want to send it off the track, especially on the curves. They're getting on this setup a little tight. But I do have these plastic, what do they call it, corner protectors on the outside of the track. So, let's stop right here, and let's back up. Now back up on setting 1, barely making it around there. Setting 2. Okay, let's see if I can get the other passenger train, the one from before, up here next to it as a comparison. Let's go move this here by hand, and then let's see, move a couple other things here, I guess. So here we go. So new passenger train versus old passenger train. Right away, I can see that the older one, the yellow and blue one, is bigger. It's taller. Still the same amount of studs across. 4 studs. I think it's 4 studs, or is it 5? No, it's 6. 6 studs. 6 studs wide. But if you look, see if I can put the camera here. You can see there's a height difference for sure. And then let me see if I get the 2 engines next to each other. Definitely, you know, much the engine itself, the length versus the old and new, the new one is much further out there. You can see that. So it's longer. I think the old passenger train more resembles the new cargo train, the front of it, which ought to be coming soon to the Lego City. Anyway, the color scheme's definitely, you know, for sure. I think it looks all right. The green, white, and black with the gray, some gray lines here. Where, you know, before you had the yellow, blue, and gray. I think if I was going to say another thing is like how you have the doors between cars, you know, with the extended pieces here. You don't have that in these ones. I mean, it kind of looks like it's built in. You can kind of see that there, but I mean, it kind of resembles it. So, but I think the other ones on the older train, it's passenger train there, it's more pronounced, these ones here. So, and then what else? Looks to me like, I think the windows themselves, you have more of a window count on these cars. Of course, these cars are longer, and it takes 6 windows, you know, from the end to the door, and then from the door to the end again. So it's 12 windows per side. So you wind up with 24 windows, not counting, you know, the space for the doors here. So it's definitely longer. Now, you know, the thing about this train, I think it'd be more considered like a, I don't know, I want to say like a subway car per se, or subway train, or almost like a city train. Not necessarily a passenger express train that would go from city to city. Just seems like it'd be something to go around the city. I think it's because the way they incorporated the wheelchair and bicycle ramps, carriers type thing, because inside you have some down ramps in there. You see, you're supposed to simulate that if you're, you come in here with a wheelchair or a bicycle. It does have a bicycle carrier holder in this car here, but I won't pop off the top here just to show that. But overall, I mean, I think this set looks pretty cool. I mean, it definitely is a faster set or train, and you know, it's, how can I say, it's different, but it's a train set. It looks like a train. I mean, so it's not too far-fetched. It's not something that looks like totally out of place in comparison to the other trains. So yeah, here we go with the first and foremost trip around the track, around the city, and a little bit of coverage there. So let's send it around one more time, and then I'm gonna call it a night or day. Here we go. This is like setting 2. Here's setting 3. So if you watch some of my other videos, the city size so far is 12 foot wide by 48 feet long. And I'm gonna be making it bigger pretty soon. But what I do need to do, you can see over here, I'm gonna jump off the train for a sec. Stop that. Now on this side of the city, there's no train tracks. This is supposed to be like the, kind of like the new side of town. You have your old side of town here, just like any other typical small city or town. You have your old downtown area. Definitely, this is something like you really see a lot of in the Midwest. The old downtown area that's been, renovated or redone, or makes it look nicer. So it kind of resembles that here for the modular buildings. And then you have your new portions of town, where it seems like strip malls and mall areas and smaller buildings and, you know, more streamlined type setup of the city. And of course, that's kind of like what the theme here is, and using all the new road plates. Still putting things in here. As you can see, I got some minifigs to add into the campground area. But my point of pointing this out is train tracks, or how to get the trains to go around through here. Originally, I did have a train, a track that, it ran down along this road plate here, and then it came around like this, curved in, and then came out to the outside, curved around here, followed along the road, went around the airport. I mean, on this side, actually no, I was on that side of the airport, because I was over there by the other side of the runway. See, I think it went, yeah, it went, oh, my arm in a way. It went this way, and then it turned and went around where the airport tower is, and it came around the backside of the airport of the main runway over there, and then it ran and connected in over here. But I took it out, and now I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate it back in. That's going to be one heck of a way of doing it. I have some train bridge sections, or the tiers that puts the track up in the air, but I just didn't think I would want to do where it's all elevated track, and it's just going to seem like it's going to overtake this whole area. So I'm not sure. I need some ideas. If you got some ideas or some thoughts of doing it. Had this crazy idea of maybe doing like somehow or another attaching material under the tables, where it just kind of sets just, you know, like just enough down below the bottom of the table where it's attached, and just enough room, almost like it to be like a underground subway train, and it will go along the bottom of the table and go around. So almost like the track would go, you know, it would go, you see it, and it'd go down and under it, and you wouldn't see it like it's in the subway. And then it would go around and then come back out somewhere over in this area. And you would have you know, like a train station or something. And then it would go for just a little ways and then go back under again, and then go and stay under, and then come back out over here, over in this area somewhere. It's just a kind of a crazy idea, thought of way of doing it. So more like almost like, I don't know, like you typically see in the movies or the big city like New York or something. And the trains are like Chicago. Trains are elevated, then they go under and then come back out. So going along that mindset of doing it. But I definitely got to add in more train track, more lines, because right now it's just 2 lines, and then there's a train yard over there. And so I'm figuring out, okay, I can only run 2 trains at a time. And even though I got probably 10 trains in this whole setup. So since the train tracks themselves are not automated to where it allows, you know, one train to come in and stop and the next one to take off or something like that, like I've seen. Until that gets done, I gotta come up with a way where I can at least run 2 more trains somehow at the same time. I want to have like 4 of them going all at once. But yeah. Anyway, so there we go. New train. New addition to the Lego City. I think I rambled on enough, so let's bring it back. And then get out of here. Again, if you have any ideas that you see, or thoughts, comments, or whatever, you know, if you want to make a comment about something, go ahead. Okay, yeah. Oh, going backwards. Let's go forward. All right. See you next time.